Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine this. You walk into a building fully prepared for a job interview, only to realize that there's no ramp. You're fully qualified, you're ready, but you can't even get into the building to interview for the job. Now imagine this happening every single day at work, at school, and in public spaces. This is the reality for 1 in 4 adults in the United States. Yet, despite laws like the American Disability Act, barriers still exist everywhere. Physical barriers, social barriers, and systematic discrimination. This is the reality for millions of people with disabilities. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you have ever seen a situation where accessibility was an afterthought? Maybe a building with no elevator, a classroom without accommodations, or even a workplace that doesn't support the employees. The good news is we can all change this, and it starts with knowledge and action. That's why I'm here today to talk about Disability Rights and Advocacy Training, a program that is designed to educate, empower, and foster real change. Why does this matter? What does it matter? Because there's a lack of accessibility. Despite all of the legal protections, many places still aren't accessible. People are denied jobs, education, and even just participation in society itself. Not because of the lack of ability, but because the system is broken. The lack of awareness. Many people help but don't know how. They want to help but they don't know how. They don't understand disability laws or how to advocate effectively. Limited representation. Policies about disability are often made without input from the people who have the disabilities themselves. Let me share a quick story. Imagine that you are a student who couldn't take a standardized test because there was no accessible versions, or an employee who was fired for requesting an accommodation. Without advocacy, these problems continue, but with the right tools, we can fight for change. That's where the Disability Rights and Advocacy Training comes in. This program is designed to teach disability laws such as ADA, IDEA, and Project or Section 504. Empower individuals to advocate for themselves and others. Provide real-world strategies for improving accessibility. Through this training, you'll learn how to recognize discrimination and respond effectively and correctly, how to work with schools, workplaces, and policymakers to improve accessibility, how to better ally and support disability rights movements. Who is this for? This is for everyone. Whether you're a student, a teacher, an employer, or even an advocate like myself, you can be a part of the solution. Now let's fast forward a little bit. Imagine a world where every school and workplace is fully accessible. People with disabilities have equal opportunities and without constant barriers. You know how to advocate, take action, and create a real change. This is possible. It has already happened in cities, schools, and companies that made disability inclusion a priority. And it starts with awareness and action. So, what can you do today? You can sign up for the Disability Rights and Advocacy Training. Take the first step in becoming an advocate. Join a local advocacy group. Work with others to push for policy change. Educate others. Share what you learn and speak up when you see injustice. I'll leave you with this simple thought, this last thought. Inclusion isn't just a concept, it's a commitment. Each of us has the power to break barriers and build a more accessible world. The question is, will you take that first step? Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you attending my TED Talk and look forward to you joining my program.